Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming here today. This is an issue that's very dear and near to our hearts, our children. There's nothing more precious. And our children are all being taken away from us. The angle that Tammy shares, this originates, this apprehension, the eugenics, began with Native peoples, Aboriginal peoples, and is now affecting everybody. I think it's time for everybody to open their eyes and come together. This is not just targeting any more of one group of persons. I think we all need to step up to the plate here. I had once believed that I was on my own. I had no idea you have an involvement with what my organization is. Human Services in Alberta. I know it's MCFD out here. It has its various acronyms. So here I was, a white person. I worked for a hospital. This still happened to me. I'm not an outspoken person, so I didn't really want to step forward. It wasn't in my comfort zone, but I found that I had to speak because nobody else was speaking. In my case, my daughter wasn't officially apprehended, but we were forced into an agreement with the ministry because my daughter was born with disability. They told us as natural family, regardless of you being a model parent or not, we will not help you. We will not help you, the natural family. You need to relinquish guardianship. You need to surrender your child. So your child will have optimal medical care. My daughter ended up with 7 broken limbs. She ended up dead at 13. So this is why I speak. I can't speak any further. I can't do anything for Samantha, but there are many Samanthas out there. They come in various colors, gender, but they are all our children. My daughter, after she passed away, I learned a great deal about other people's situations, the various circumstances that were afflicting people, good people who should never have been put into this position. You have dads distanced from their children. You have mothers with disabilities being distanced from their children as well. Instead of providing services, doing what social services is meant to do to bolster families, we're actually breaking them apart. We're pitting people against one another. It makes absolutely no sense. It's become an industry, and children are much more than that. I had an argument with a children's services lawyer. I asked her why she was not helping a particular child, and she said she wasn't there to help the child. She was there to help children's services. And I said, but well, hold on, children's services, that is there to help the child. She said, no, I'm here to help children's services. And I think that says a lot right there. Children's services is no longer helping the family, no longer helping the children. It is an industry. We need to take our children back, saying, no, this is not right. You can't do this to our children any longer. Emerging from my daughter was a legislative change in the province of Alberta that I want to see transpire across Canada and beyond. It's called Samantha's Law, and that means that families without intervention issues must be treated distinctly. You give the services in-home to the family, and even if a family was faced with a crisis with a child with extraordinary needs that needed to be in a medical facility, the parents retain guardianship, because a parent will always look out for the best interests of their child. Relying on strangers, that's not the way it should be, and this is not meant to be offensive to fosterers. There are wonderful foster parents out there as well. Those ones, however, the ministry doesn't want, because when they speak up and advocate for the children in their care and what they need, they're told that they're off the record, they're off the books now. The other issue that needs to come up is there's no accountability. Out of my daughter's fatality inquiry, one of the recommendations that came up was rather insulting. It was a recommendation for employees of the ministry basically to do their job. Instead of being told to do your job, what you're already being paid for, what you've been taught to supposedly administer, there needs to be some type of accountability to this, and when you don't do your job, there needs to be repercussions to prevent this from happening again. We can't keep letting kids get hurt and die, and there not be any lessons learned. I really hope that there will be change. I see people coming together more and more. Thankfully, through social utilities, we're finding each other. We're learning to put away the stigma and realize that we're not bad people. We are persons who are faced with circumstances beyond our control, and we should have been helped, not stomped on, not alienated from our loved ones, not husbands and wives pitted against one another, which is often another case where they'll tell a family member, if you do this, if you keep away from your husband, you keep away from your boyfriend, they will give you your child, and then they're just pitting people against each other. It's wrong. I hope that we will continue to come together again. Beautiful people that I've met, that's one thing that I can say. Through the tragedy, through the heartache, I have met the most wonderful, strong individuals and people like Tammy Lynn, and I thank you very much.
Oh, hello, I just wanted to clarify that this is an Aboriginal problem and a non-Aboriginal problem. And that's the whole point, is for us to all come together and deal with the problem. Building